Hello and welcome back to Forza Horizon 5, where this week you can unlock the GMC Typhoon. I actually saw a GMC Cyclone the other day and it was awesome. Anyway, today I'm test driving all four of the new Donut Media cars and I'm going to be giving my verdict. So without further ado, let's get into it. This is the Formula Drift Donut Media drift car, based on the Nissan 240 SX. Now, this car is going to be competing in Formula Drift this year, and this is pretty impressive. Donut Media didn't actually build this, it's just sponsored by them, but still, it's pretty cool. Now, in terms of Forza Horizon 5, this car's got pretty decent customization. Here I tried to make it a race build, but I don't know why, I kept it rear-wheel drive so it can still slide. It's still not bad. In fact, as a drift car, it's brilliant. It's so easy to slide and so easy to control. So my advice would probably be, just keep it as a drift car. This is the Ford Supervan 3 Donut Edition. Now, this is actually based, well, sort of based, on Donut Media's actual merchandise van. They actually did quite an amusing series on this, where they actually bought parts for higher prices than they were supposed to. It was absolutely hilarious. Go check it out. Anyway, they actually use this van. In real life, it's a Ford Econoline, which they use to sell their merchandise when they go on tour. Anyway, this is a Ford Supervan 3. It's actually a very good race car. So, for those of you who don't know, the Ford Supervan 3 is basically a normal Ford Transit van, rear-wheel drive, very commonly used by burglars here in the UK, and as you can see, Ford Racing Team decided to use it as a race car. They fitted a Cosworth V6, and they also added some super grippy tyres and aero, and that is fantastic. I mean, you can easily take corners at well over 150 miles an hour. I mean, this thing can probably do 200 miles an hour. It's a brilliant vehicle, do check it out. This is the 350Z from Donut Media's High-Low series, in which they bought two identical cars and decided to give one expensive parts and one cheap parts. Find out whether it's okay to give your car cheap stuff. Now, this is the low Z, so this got cheap stuff like a welded differential and a single turbo. It's got 302 horsepower, which isn't too bad over the stock car, and it handles pretty decently. So this thing's pretty cool, but it's quite heavy as well. That's a bit of a problem. But if you go into the upgrade section, you can pick out an engine swap with the 6-litre junkyard V8, which Donut Media actually used, and they got it from a truck, which I think is pretty cool. And this is High Z. This thing is the car that received all the expensive parts, such as a limited slip diff, proper aero, proper race tyres, and twin turbos that get this car up to nearly 400 brake horsepower. Now that seems pretty unfair if you ask me, but still, this thing is way better to drive. It's way more grippy. Well, not grippy, it wasn't grippy there, that's for sure, but this thing's actually way better. In fact, it also has a custom engine swap. It actually received a proper crate engine that they bought for something like, I don't know, something ridiculous, like $20,000. I mean, you could have bought multiple new Nissan 350Zs for that. So there you go. Those are all four new Donut Media cars to Forza Horizon 5. Now, if you had to ask me which one was my favourite, I would probably say it's the Supervan. It just drives so well, it's so cool. I love the custom mods and I love the paint job. Anyway, I hope you liked this video. Please subscribe for more in the future, and until next time, goodbye.